The highly anticipated clash between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Saul Canelo Alvarez has set the boxing world abuzz with excitement, fueled by a dramatic press conference in New York that nearly erupted into chaos. The tension between the two fighters was palpable, as a heated exchange culminated in Crawford striding across the stage toward Canelo, only to be met with a forceful shove from the Mexican superstar. The incident, which required swift intervention from UFC President Dana White and security personnel, underscored the raw intensity and personal stakes of this potential megafight. The confrontation was sparked by earlier comments from Canelo about fighting in a smaller ring, a suggestion Crawford countered with a fiery vow, "I'm hunting everything he got." The stare-down that followed electrified the audience, amplifying anticipation for a bout that could cement its place as one of boxing's most unforgettable showdowns. Crawford's demeanor throughout the press conference was one of unshakable confidence. He dismissed any notion of fear, particularly in response to rumors that he was intimidated by Canelo. "First and foremost, we know," Crawford declared, addressing claims that someone in the room had suggested he was scared. His response was to physically close the distance between himself and Canelo, a bold move to demonstrate his fearlessness and assert dominance. "I stepped to him and showed him who's the boss of this fight," Crawford stated, emphasizing that he would not back down from the challenge. His words were not mere bravado. Every calculated step toward Canelo and every unflinching moment of eye contact conveyed a fighter ready to meet one of the sport's biggest names head-on. Crawford's pledge to pursue Canelo aggressively in the ring, refusing to let anyone dictate his strategy, further highlighted his resolve to prove himself in this high-stakes matchup. Canelo, for his part, responded with the cool confidence of a seasoned champion. He downplayed the stage incident, describing his shove as a natural reaction to Crawford encroaching on his space. "That was my reaction," Canelo explained, framing it as a matter of enforcing respect rather than escalating tensions. Despite the flashpoint, he maintained a level of respect for Crawford, acknowledging him as a skilled and experienced fighter. Canelo's mindset heading into the September 13, 2025, fight is one of discipline and hunger, with the champion expressing excitement about the challenge. "I'm here to win," he affirmed, hinting that this bout could rank among the greatest of his illustrious career. The shove, rather than rattling him, seemed to fuel his anticipation, as he admitted it made him feel more excited to train harder and perform. The New York press conference was a spectacle of verbal sparring and physical posturing that went beyond promotional hype. Crawford's sharp retort to Canelo's suggestion of a smaller ring size, "The only running I'll be doing is running upside his head. He's got a big head too," drew gasps from the crowd and set the tone for their rivalry. When Canelo responded to Crawford's advance with a shove, security scrambled to prevent further escalation, but the moment only heightened the stakes. Both fighters traded barbs, with Crawford insisting, "He's not going to beat me. Don't worry about it," while Canelo countered with equal conviction, predicting that the fight would go down in boxing history. The exchange underscored the mutual determination to claim victory and the belts at stake, with Crawford vowing to take them home and Canelo dismissing any chance of defeat. Amid the build-up, an unexpected moment of civility emerged when Crawford revealed that he and Canelo had shared a dinner in Riyadh, organized by Saudi promoter Turki Al-Sheikh. Despite the professional courtesy, Crawford admitted the meal was awkward. He had already eaten and barely touched his food, while Canelo seemed preoccupied with thoughts of their impending clash. The dinner showcased a level of mutual respect, but Crawford was quick to clarify that such cordiality would not extend to fight night. He plans to channel all tension into laser-like focus when the bell rings, ensuring that the friendly atmosphere remains a footnote in their rivalry. Canelo, too, acknowledged the dinner as a professional gesture, but his mind was clearly on the fight, underscoring the mental preparation both fighters are undertaking. Analysts have weighed in on the matchup, offering varied perspectives on its potential outcome. David Benavidez, a respected figure in boxing, gave Crawford strong odds, estimating a 70% chance of victory if he can effectively carry added weight to the super middleweight division. Benavidez praised Crawford's elite fight IQ and adaptability, citing his dominant performance against top-tier opponents like Errol Spence Jr. as evidence of his prowess. However, he also acknowledged the significant challenge posed by the weight class disparity, later adjusting his prediction to favor Canelo slightly at 60-40 due to his natural size advantage at 168 pounds. Benavidez's analysis reflects the unpredictable nature of the fight, recognizing both Crawford's skill and the physical hurdles he faces in moving up from welterweight. Stephen A. Smith, speaking on ESPN, echoed the sentiment that this matchup is a clash of two all-time greats. He highlighted Crawford's exceptional boxing IQ and southpaw style as potential challenges for Canelo, while noting Alvarez's physical strength and championship pedigree as formidable advantages. Smith cautioned, however, that Crawford's move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds from his welterweight base, could prove daunting. He referenced Canelo's past fights, such as his bout against Jermall Charlo, to argue that smaller fighters have struggled against Alvarez's size and power. Smith's analogy to the Rocky films, where smaller fighters faced overwhelming odds, underscored his belief that Crawford might be taking on too great a challenge, though he stopped short of dismissing his chances entirely. Many analysts point to Dimitri Bivol's 2022 victory over Canelo as a potential blueprint for Crawford. Bivol's disciplined jab, high mobility, and calculated bursts of offense frustrated Canelo at light heavyweight, and Team Crawford has reportedly studied this fight, along with Floyd Mayweather's masterclass against Alvarez, to craft a strategy. Trainers like Bomac McIntyre emphasize hit-and-run tactics, smart footwork, and ring generalship to keep Canelo at bay. Critics suggest Crawford could adopt a style similar to Erislandy Lara, using movement off the ropes, switch-hitting angles, and avoiding mid-range brawling to replicate Bivol's success. The consensus is that Crawford must outmaneuver and outjab Canelo, striking decisively while avoiding prolonged exchanges where Alvarez's power could dominate. The weight disparity remains a central point of discussion. Crawford has downplayed the size difference, noting that both he and Canelo stand at 5 feet 8 inches and claiming his reach is longer. However, this overlooks the fact that Canelo has competed as high as light heavyweight, while Crawford's experience is rooted in the welterweight division. The jump to super middleweight without a rehydration clause could give Canelo a significant edge in strength and durability. Critics argue that fighters like Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, and Callum Smith, who are natural 168-pounders, would pose similar challenges to Crawford due to their size. Yet Crawford remains undeterred, expressing confidence in his abilities and dismissing Canelo's size as a deciding factor. "He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy," Crawford said, emphasizing his belief that skill and strategy will outweigh physical advantages. Canelo's stance on the fight has evolved. Initially dismissive, he later expressed openness to the bout if it made financial and legacy sense. During an appearance on The Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God, Canelo acknowledged Crawford's exceptional skills but cautioned that a victory over him might not carry the same weight due to the size disparity. "He's a great fighter, but weight classes are there for a reason," Canelo noted, suggesting that defeating a smaller opponent might not enhance his legacy as much as other wins. However, he admitted the financial incentive, potentially as high as $150 million, makes the fight appealing, describing it as easy money while still respecting Crawford's abilities. This comment sparked mixed reactions, with some viewing it as confidence and others as underestimating Crawford's potential to upset him. The fight's mega-fight status is undeniable, driven by the star power and legacies of both fighters. Crawford's pursuit of greatness, as opposed to merely chasing money, aligns with Canelo's own approach, setting the stage for a bout that promises to deliver. Unlike past matchups that disappointed fans, such as Canelo's fight against Jermall Charlo, this clash is expected to live up to its hype given both fighters' histories of embracing challenges. Crawford's assertion that he's different from Canelo's previous opponents, coupled with Canelo's insistence that Crawford is nothing different, adds a layer of psychological warfare to the build-up. The mutual respect between the two is evident, but so is their determination to prove their superiority in the ring. As the September 13, 2025, fight approaches, the boxing world is divided on the outcome. Crawford's adaptability, speed, and fight IQ make him a formidable contender, but Canelo's experience at higher weight classes, physical strength, and championship pedigree present significant obstacles. The press conference altercation, the strategic dinner in Riyadh, and the ongoing war of words have only heightened the stakes, ensuring that this bout will be a defining moment for both fighters. Whether Crawford can overcome the weight disadvantage to outmaneuver Canelo or whether Alvarez's power and resilience will prove too much remains to be seen. What is certain is that this fight has the potential to etch itself into the annals of boxing history, delivering a spectacle that fans and analysts alike will dissect for years to come.